If your goal in 2025 is to save your first $10,000 and finally gain some financial security in life, in this video I'm going to walk you through the 10K challenge on how you can go from $0 on January 1st, 2025 to reaching $10,000 by December 31st, 2025. Or faster, depending on how you want to do it. And I'm going to show you how by walking you through my free 10K challenge spreadsheet right here. This spreadsheet is going to be your step-by-step guide to realistically saving your first $10,000. And if you watch this video till the end, I can guarantee you that you will have a solid plan on how you are going to save your first $10,000 in 2025. And so let's start this off by getting set up. And with the first step, open a savings account. Now this first step is very simple and very obvious, but I find it important to say simple and obvious things. In order to save your first $10,000, you must get your bank account organized. And this means knowing which money is for spending and which money is for saving. Your spending money needs to be held in a checking account, and your saving money needs to be held in a savings account. Obvious, I know, but you need to have these separate accounts so you don't confuse your saving money for spending money. And two great FDIC insured saving account banks are Ally, that has a 3.85 APY, and SoFi, that has a 4% APY. Or any other bank that doesn't charge you a fee for having a savings account. And once you do this simple step, the next thing that we need to do to get set up, and the second step, is make a copy of the free spreadsheet. Now, in order to create a plan to save your first $10,000, you need to make a copy of the free spreadsheet that I created. And to do that, click on the link in my description, which will take you here. Now, you will not be able to work on this sheet, but you need to make a copy. To do that, go to File up here at the top and click Make a Copy. And despite me saying that, I know there will be people in the comment section saying,
I can't use that spreadsheet. It says I don't have access.
Every time I have made a free spreadsheet and explained that, I have always gotten that comment. You gotta make yourself a copy. But once you make a copy, we can now begin creating our plan to save our first $10,000, which brings me to the third step. Figure out your starting point and goal. Now, everybody watching this video is at a different starting point on their journey to reaching their first $10,000. Probably a huge chunk of people watching this video are starting with $0. But some people might be starting with $500 or $1,000. And so to personalize this spreadsheet to you, we first need to look at this first section right here. And look at the yellow highlighted cell that says starting amount. You need to enter how much money you're starting with. How much money do you already have saved? And write that amount in this section. For example, if you have $2,000, write in $2,000. If you're starting from zero, write zero. I'm going to write in $1,000. Let's say that we're starting with already $1,000 saved. Now, depending on your goal, you can also adjust the goal amount. On the red highlighted cell here, you can change this for your goal. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 instead of $10,000, you can change it to $5,000 and the sheet adjusts. Or if you're watching this video and you do not use the US dollar, you can adjust it to your own currency. For example, let's say you're from Vietnam and your goal is to save 554 million dong. Then write in 554 million and the spreadsheet will automatically adjust. But we're going to keep our goal at $10,000. I'm thinking about everyone. But once you fill out these two sections, we can now move on to the fourth step. Know your needed monthly contribution. So now that we've figured out our starting point and our goal, we can now look on the spreadsheet. And on this purple cell here, we can see the exact amount of money that we need to contribute each month in order to reach $10,000. In this case, it's $750 a month or $173 a week. And again, that's with already having $1,000 saved. If we instead changed it to our starting point with $0, it would automatically adjust to $833. But in this case, we need $750 a month. That is the exact amount of money that we need to contribute month after month for 12 months in order to reach $10,000 by the end of the year. And it's important to stop at this point and ask yourself the question, with your current income, how realistic is it for you to save this amount consistently for 12 months? Depending on your financial situation, that might not be a realistic amount to save month after month if you're a single mom with a monthly income of $3,000. Saving an extra $750 a month is probably not realistic. When it comes to achieving goals, it is so important to be honest with yourself and decide if you are realistically able to save that much consistently for a 12-month period. And if not, go back to the red goal section here and change the goal amount to something more realistic. Like a goal of $5,000 means saving $333 a month or $77 a week. It's so important to be honest and realistic with yourself when it comes to achieving goals. Because I think it's better to be honest and save $5,000 by December than to live in imagination land and quit the challenge by February. And so now that we know the specific amount of money that we need to save each month, let's see if we can lower this amount. Moving on to the fifth step, find extra money. Alright, so according to the information that we have right now, in order to reach $10,000 by the end of the year, we need to save $750 a month. However, it's possible to lower this amount by realistically thinking if there'll be any moments of the year that we will receive extra money that we can dedicate to saving. And there are a few extra moments in everyone's life where you might receive extra money, whether that's a tax return, birthday money, holiday money, work bonuses, or picking up extra work. So take a moment to think about different scenarios in your year where you might receive some extra money that you can set aside to save so you can lower your monthly contribution. And back to the spreadsheet. On the green table here, you can record them. Let's say you think you're going to get a $1,000 tax return, write in $1,000. Or say you might get $100 in birthday gifts, and $100 in holiday gifts, a $1,000 bonus from work. Or maybe drive for Uber and get another $1,000 you can save. There are moments throughout everyone's year where you receive some extra money, and if you be intentional with this money and act as if you never got it and save the money, you can make reaching $10,000 much more realistic. For example, now our monthly contribution is only $483 a month or $112 a week. And the spreadsheet will automatically adjust when you enter this information. You're welcome. But saving $483 a month for most people, I would say, is a realistic amount. And it became realistic because we found an extra $3,200 throughout the year. And so take the time to think about if there's any moments throughout the year that you might receive extra money that you can save that can help you lower your monthly contribution. Or as you go throughout the year, enter them on this table. And now we can move on to the sixth step, begin contributing. Alright, so up to this point in the video, we have found our starting point, figured out our needed monthly contribution, found extra money, and lowered our monthly contribution. And so now we can begin contributing. And so when you go back to the spreadsheet, on this yellow table right here, we see months of the year, the amount needed, and the amount contributed. And as you go throughout the year, record your contributions on this table. And if you're watching this video in December, you can get a head start on your goal. For example, here it says December 2024. If we saved an extra $300 this month, it will automatically lower our monthly contribution by $20 each month. If you start today, you can get a head start and make reaching $10,000 much more realistic. But this is exactly how you do it. Whenever you get paid, the first thing you will do before you pay your bills is take your monthly contribution, in this case $458, and put it in your savings account and record it on the sheet. And then you can pay your other bills. This is called paying yourself first. And do this consistently throughout the year. Pay yourself first and record it on the spreadsheet. And if you do this month after month, you will definitely reach your goal. Money is just basic math, and I created this spreadsheet so that you can see the math. However, if you find yourself unable to contribute the monthly amount that you need, then we need to move on to the 7th step. Track your expenses. So if you find yourself short every single month, for example, say you need to save $458 a month, but you're only able to come up with $400 a month, then what you need to do is take the time to track your expenses. And I promoted this video so many times, but I think it's a great video. In this video here, I show you exactly how to do this. It is a step-by-step video on how to track your expenses using another free spreadsheet. If you find yourself short every single month, the way you're going to solve that problem is tracking your expenses and seeing where you're overspending. Maybe you need to save an extra $60 a month. And when you track your expenses, you discover that you can get it by eating out less. So many people end up never reaching their goal because they have the attitude that when something doesn't work out, the universe is against them and they just quit. But you can reach your goals if you just come up with a plan, which I'm showing you exactly how to do it in this video. And if your plan isn't working out, then troubleshoot it. Track your expenses and see where you're going wrong. You can save your first $10,000 this year, but you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you won't reach your goal. Most people end up never reaching their goal in life because they don't believe in themselves and give up very quickly. So if you find yourself falling short every single month, track your expenses, troubleshoot, and figure out why. And once you start consistently contributing money, we can move on to the 8th step. See your progress. So as you go throughout the year, start paying yourself first and recording it on the spreadsheet. On this next section here, you will see how much total money you have contributed and how much money you need to save. And this will automatically adjust as you enter your contributions. For example, by the end of March, you will have saved about $5,900 and have $4,100 remaining. By the end of July, $7,700 saved and $2,300 remaining. And finally, by the end of December, we have reached our goal. Keep your eye on the prize and see how you're doing as you go through this challenge. And the final step that you need to take as you go through this challenge is hold yourself accountable. Oftentimes, when people think about saving $10,000, they think about going from $0 to $10,000 very quickly, often just in one action. And many people end up never saving their first $10,000 because it doesn't work out that way. And they give up after a month or two seeing very little progress. For the average person with an average income, saving your first $10,000 is going to be a gradual process where you consistently set aside money for a 12-month period like we have done in this plan. And if you are going to see the end of this challenge, hold yourself accountable. Show up month after month and contribute. So by the end of the year, your yellow table will look like this. $10,000 is a huge financial milestone. It is the moment when you can cover 99% of life's surprise expenses and you begin to feel more security in your life. And if you hold yourself accountable and follow through with this plan month after month, I am 100% positive that you will have $10,000 by the end of this year. And if you plan to do this challenge, let me know in the comments by saying challenge accepted. And hey, maybe drop a like for all the hard work I've did to make this video. And with that, muchas gracias. Que tengan un buen día. Nos vemos, chicos.